is going to demonstrate how to log into a Chromebook. The first Chromebook that I have here, there are a couple of different versions, asks you to sign into your Chromebook as soon as you open it or turn it on. There are no options for browsing as a guest. That may or may not be included down by the shutdown, but this one doesn't, so you are going to have to log in with your GNASPES account. Now, it is best for students to log in with their GNASPES account anyway, because it will give all the extensions that are required in school the ability to work if the student is logged into the Chromebook. If they are just logged into the account, some things such as Google Read and Write may not work for them. So I'm going to put in my GNASPES address and hit next. I'm going to put in the password given. And sometimes when we log in, it will default to our landing page for us to log into our GNASPES account. If it does not come to this page, you simply can go to another tab or the tab that opened for you, type in GNASPES, and you will see gnaspes.ca, and you will come to that same landing page. So we are going to put in the email address again. We actually don't need the full email address here. We only need the username and the password. And hit sign in. You do have the option to save that so that you don't have to put those values or that username and password again if you want. You should only do that if it is your Chromebook and you're the only student using that Chromebook. The next example I'm going to show you is one of the newer Chromebooks that are out. The newer Chromebooks maintain the student's profile on it. So they may open it, and if your student has been on the Chromebook before, they may have to just click on their name. All they're going to need here is their password to log in. You also can see this, that on this Chromebook, there is an option to browse as a guest. A lot of students will choose that browse as a guest before they log into their GNASPES. But again, as a reminder, many of the Chrome extensions will not work unless you are signed into the Chromebook itself. So it is best to sign in. And if you are new to the Chromebook, you would hit Add Person and go through what we just went through on the previous Chromebook. I'm going to go back and show you that I'm just using my username, my password here. My username is already part of the profile. So here I am on my landing page after I signed into my GNASPES account from the gnaspes.ca. If I wanted to go to Google Classroom, I can click the icon here. I also can go to my mail, my drive, and some more things. I may have a few more options than some students do. Another way to get to Google Classroom is to open another tab. So if you close this launch page by mistake, there should be a Google waffle with all of your apps in it on each page that you open, so you can also get to Classroom from here. I can press Classroom, and you can see this student is already in the Grade 2 2021 classroom. To access the classroom, you click on the name. The very first page will be the stream and anything that the teacher has put in as a notification. The second tab will be any classwork. So that would be any assignment that was given. Many times in this, there are docs or some kind of quiz, Google form, Google slideshow that the student can open from here to look at or watch or answer questions on. And the people tab would be the rest of the people in the class. I'm just going to go back to the stream for a second to show you that there is a meeting link on the picture for the class. You can click it when the teacher says it's time for a meeting. The teacher has to be in first for it to work. You're going to click the camera and it will start your camera on. You may have a pop-up and you may have to say, allow the camera. Again, you will not be able to hit join now unless a teacher is already in. Just to go over the few, I don't think you'll also be able to add others, but we'll close that. The white bar down the bottom is where all of your options are going to be. There's to turn your microphone on and off, to turn your camera back on and off, and to end the meeting when you want to leave the meeting. There's an option to raise your hand, and the teacher will see your hand raised, and they could call on you, and you would turn your microphone on to speak. Present now is if you wanted to show something that was on your screen. That usually is something the teachers would use. And then there's 3 dots for some more options. And one of the things that you may be interested in is the change layout. Change layout allows you to pick what and who you're seeing on your screen. Spotlight is usually going to allow you to see the person that is talking. You most likely, if you wanted to see the teacher all the time, you would put it on Spotlight if the teacher is talking, but you can choose tiled and you can choose how many people you're seeing at one time. So if you have a lot of people, now you're probably only going to be less than 30 people in the class, so you'd probably want to choose that accordingly. So another option that we can see here is to be able to put a background behind you. Again, I don't have my camera on right now, but if I wanted to choose a background, I could. There's lots of different ones, or I could just blur my background or blur it a lot. Just to warn you that when you choose these, it does slow down the computer, so it may not be the best option to use those backgrounds. So another thing that can happen is the bar along the bottom will disappear. Sometimes you want to be able to put your microphone back on and you can't see it. You can take the mouse and hover along the bottom and it will show up, or you can press the space bar and it will show up.